that now the students was walking them out. Well, making sure they get out. But you seen there was a lot of officers there. The article said without incident. Right. Now I know white people will look at this and white people will get angry at that. And white people will say that these men, because he just walked out, that was courageous. These are heroes. I want to buy him a coffee. Meanwhile, he is being the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is being exactly what Charlie Kirk is. But they're even more slick and vile because think about the atmosphere right now. Right after Charlie Kirk, that situation happened, you had people threatening HBCUs.
Right.
Now, black people minding their business, go and look at the Charlie Kirk clips and see the things he was saying about black people. So these young students understand what this is all about and see two white men with Make America Great hats on, talking about Black Lives Matter, get immigrants out of America, and they wasn't having none of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? The actual college wanted them gone. So this wasn't just a thing where the students didn't want them there. This was a thing where they came, and you got to go through a process when you come to a college to set up a debate or whatever you want to do on a college campus. You got to go through, the process. And they were not Salaki. If you could give me the battery. I mean, it should be down there plugged up. Wrap it around this way. Yeah, put it out here. So here we go. So yeah, we good. We good to go. No, we're not good to go. It's not plugged up in the box or something. Right here. About press it in right there. Make sure it's in snug. Oh yeah. Get it. I thought it was. Where was I at? What was I saying?
It's like you're saying how they was threatening HBCUs after Charlie Kirk stuff.
They was threatening the HBCUs after the chart. So now the atmosphere is everybody knows what time it is.
Right.
I already said that. But the point I'm making is that they fully knew what they were doing when they went into this HBCU. You understand? They wasn't going there to have, what did it say, some civil discourse and what did it say they wanted to do?
Discourse and what's it called?
Like they wasn't going there for a friendly debate.
Right.
They're not going in an atmosphere like that with black people on a black college for a friendly debate. They're going there to get some viral clips, to get some viral videos to fuel the same racial hatred that white people are going to have anyway, even if they didn't go.
Right.
You understand? Even if they wasn't there, white people are still going to think the way they think about black people, even at a HBCU, even at a college. So if you could give me Ephesians 6:10, this is something that black and Hispanic people got to understand. Now we're in the last days, and we're living in a time, especially now, where you should be vigilant on the things that your oppressor is trying to do and how he is trying to rile you up. And he's trying to get you to say things and act in a certain way so that they can say, see, they're criminals. They're violent. They're this, that, they're that. We know that they are the accuser. We know what their purpose is spiritually. The problem is that a lot of our people don't know. So shout out to those students that didn't want them there. You understand? But let me say this. A more beautiful thing would be that energy that those young black people had to get them up out of there. That same energy, if we could take that same energy, the sister said they're trying to make us look like animals. Yes. Yes, the devil was thrill seeking. That's where I left off at. Let me just rewind real quick. So they came into the school without following, the rules, the proper protocol. There's a process in order for you to come up and set up something, you got to go through the authorities of the school and they'll give you permission.
Right.
They didn't do that because they wouldn't have been able to. And like what you said, it's hypocritical because what do they say about if it was a black or brown person? He wasn't even supposed to be there. He didn't get permission. But here they are. They do the same thing because the devil is thirsty to, get something out of you, to get a cheap thrill out of you, to get a good viral clip out of black people. Considering think about the atmosphere right now, what just happened. Think about the Charlie Kirk situation. Think about the fallout, and think about what would make in their mind. What would make them think in their mind it's a good idea? We should go to a HBCU, dude. We should go and set up there. There's nothing courageous about what they did. It is actually evil, and it's conniving what they did, what they tried to do. You know what I mean? But getting back to what I was going to say about the students, it would be a beautiful thing to see that energy that those students had if we gave it to every drug dealer in the black community. If we gave it to every evil, wicked thing in the black community. If we had no tolerance and said, listen, we're going to walk you out. You got to get out. Get the hell out. What you got? Hey, brother, what you got? Yeah, I'm selling these packs. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be on the block. No, you got to go.
Right.
And everybody come out and walk your ass up out of the city. Get your ass up out of the town. The same way they walked, those white men out of that campus is the same way we should walk the evil out of our community.
Right.
You want to see a change in the community. That's the energy we need for the change in our community. Keep that same energy. Keep that energy. That's the type of energy right there. Like the sister said, I'm tired. She said, let me get it. Let me find it. She said, I'm tired.
Can't even hear you.
Very safe, very black, and very tired of this.
She said, very black and very tired. We need to get tired of the evil we commit against our own people.
Right.
We need to get tired of getting the same results we get in our own community. We just need to get tired. And the way you fix that is you say, we want to be a righteous people again. And we want that same energy that our ancestors had in the back in the day when they got the evil up out of them. In this case, it was the devil the Bible speaks of, which was a righteous thing. I think this is righteous. And, I didn't know it was that that much oversight with the HBCUs where they stepped in and said, nah, they was coming in there to do some dirt. They wasn't coming in there to promote anything positive. You know what I'm saying? This is a place where we try to protect the minds of the students,
right?
Particularly because they're black. This institution is designed for that reason. So we got to protect our students.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, Abba.
So I was gonna say, it seemed like we're starting to wake up slightly, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Start profiling these people that's coming onto these campuses.
Right.
Two white males, you don't know what they're gonna do.
Well, when it comes to the campus, it's all black.
Right. Right.
So any white person there is going to stand out like a sore thumb. The same way Trayvon Martin stood out in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? And got profiled.
Right.
Well, this is the same type of righteous profiling we need to start having.
Right.
And saying something ain't right. What is he doing here? Why are you doing it? Like, if I see somebody like that, you out of place, bro. Like, state your business?
Yeah.
What's your business here? You know what I mean? We can't go in certain parts of the city.
Right.
We can't go in like certain areas and neighborhoods. A security will meet you right before you think you're going to step in there and say, hey, where you going? Who do you know? You know what I'm saying? So that likewise, that should be the same way, where we live at, where the schools we go to, because then you can stop a lot of black women from coming up missing.
Right.
Then you can stop drugs. You can stop all the crime. You could police your own neighborhoods if we had that energy that they have in this video. Literally, we can shut it down. We can shut any bad statistic down in our community if we used it in a righteous way, the way they used it for them white boys to get up out of there. Man, I'm telling you, man, we'll have a kingdom of heaven overnight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where we at? Salaki. Oh, you got the okay. Let me hear that.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Be strong in the Lord in the power of his might. Go ahead.
Verse 11, put on the whole armor of God,
Mm-hmm.
that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Listen, man, this is the devil right here.
Right.
The wiles of the devil, the tricks of the devil come in and say, I want to have a civil discourse. And then you know what they said? It doesn't matter. It don't even matter what happened in the video. You know what white people are saying? They just have to be violent when the devil is trying to play a trick on you.
Right.
The whole point was for them to get violent. The whole point is for them to get upset. The whole point for the quote unquote civil discourse is for people to get emotional,
Right.
and get in their feelings and get upset and yell and holler. That was the whole point. But you can't fool the righteous men of the Lord, you damn devil.
Right.
Why don't we set up some signs? How about next time we go to camp, I'll set up some signs that says the white man is the devil. Prove me wrong. Let's talk about it. Why don't I say, white people are the most evilest people on the earth has ever seen? Let's talk about it. Why don't I say that white people are the number one murderers of the earth in the history of the world? Let's talk about it. Why don't I set up a sign and say white men lead in mass murders, pedophilia, child pornography, rape? Let's talk about it. And we'll see where that goes. In fact, we don't have to do that. All we have to do is say black people are the chosen people of God, and we get an argument.
Right.
All we have to do is say that black people, that Jesus Christ is a black man, and we'll get an argument. We won't talk about it. They'll be all in their feelings.
Right.
And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear it.
From the top.
Yes, please.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Mm-hmm.
So like verse 11, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
The tricks of the devil. Go ahead.
Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Mm-hmm.
but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
So we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. The battle that you fight every day is not a battle of the flesh. It's a battle of the spirit, right? It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual war.
Right.
And your spirit has to take hold of your flesh. Your spirit has to overpower the thoughts in your head. It has to overpower the urges in your body. Your spirit has to overpower your temperament when you talk to people and when you have a civil discourse. Now, some of them kids on there, they got emotional. They did. They're kids. They're youngsters. They're not in the truth. They're Christians. Christians are very emotional.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they had the wiles of the devil right in front of them. They had the tricks of the devil right. That was the point of them making that appearance with the MAGA hats on and the signs. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a spiritual battle. Read it.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. That's what you're dealing with America. You're dealing with witchcraft. You're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places. So you're going to have the armor of the Most High. You're going to have the truth. You're going to have to live the truth. You're going to have to decide, like, I'm going to keep the commandments so that every day you wake up and you walk outside, you can defeat the devil.
Right.
whether it is the devil in your mind, the consciousness, or whether it's, fearless debates pop up and say Black Lives Matter is trash. Let's talk about it. Mexicans need to go back to Mexico. Let's talk about it. And you can keep your temperament and say, you know what? That's just trying to knock me off my square. We can have a debate. I'm not going to get emotional, but I'm going to tell you about your people and about yourself. I said fearless debates. You can have a debate. We're open for a debate in the ISUPK. We're in every city. Come and have a debate with us about Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Come and debate the ISUPK about immigrants should get out of America. Come and debate the ISUPK about Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump. Is Jesus black? Whatever you want to do. We'll debate you. We'll have a civil debate. We won't get emotional. And at the end of the debate, we'll pack you up with your MAGA hats and your signs to send you on your way.
Right.
Is there any more on that?
No.
All right, we're going to drop that. Let's get some color scriptures, right? Because color is all through the Bible. Color is all through the Bible. I'm so tired of you Christians saying it doesn't matter what Christ looked like. Well, hell, do you believe he was a man? I guess you don't even believe Christ existed, since color don't matter. Give me Daniel 7 and 9.
Okay.
Since color don't matter, I guess it just, don't matter to you. It mattered to the Most High.
Right.
It mattered to the Most High to name the nations in the Bible, to give where the nations where they would reside at, and to give the tribes and the color of people. It mattered. Or it never would have been wrote down in the Bible. It never would have been recorded.
Right.
Right?
The book.
Go ahead.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the ancients of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool. Ooh, wait. If that's not descriptive, I don't know what is. Like the pure wool. It's only one type of people that have woolly textured hair. It's only one. You can't find another type of people that has, you know what I'm saying, the type of hair we're talking about.
Right.
Woolly texture hair. You know what I'm saying? You just can't find it.
Right.
Give me, drop that. Give me, let's get Daniel 10:5. Give me Daniel 10:5. Man, color is all in the Bible. What is wrong with your pastor? Why your pastor don't see no importance on that? Why he don't put importance on who the people in the Bible were? Maybe your pastor think that the people in Israel today are God's people that were talked about in the Old Testament. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But why is it that there's no emphasis put on who were those people and where are they at today? Go ahead.
Come. The book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5.
Then
I lifted up mine eyes and looked and beheld a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
His loins was girded with fine gold. Damn. A golden girdle. That sounds like a superhero to me. Go ahead.
Verse 6. His body was also like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like the color into polished brass.
Into what?
Into polished brass.
Polished brass. I mean, polished brass. That's not a white person.
Right.
That's not an Arab person. You're talking about, the people in Israel. They were olive color. They were like Middle Eastern. Middle Eastern is a new term, dum-dum. That's a newer term. Just like sub-Saharan. This is terms made to Middle Eastern is a term made to separate the Fertile Crescent, the area where Israel is, from Africa. And then sub-Sahara is another term, a racist term made to separate Northern Africa from Southern Africa. So they say Northern Africans are like Arabs, but the Southerners are like all like Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? That term, whenever you hear that term sub-Saharan, that's a racist term that was created to separate the people in North Africa from the people in South, or what you call West and South Africa. Right? Where we at?
Daniel 10:5.
You ready? Verse 6.
Go.
All right, let's give me Jeremiah 14:2.
Go. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Judah mourneth, and the gates languish. Now, this is a twofold precept. It can go two ways, right? It can talk about the fact that our leaders basically are useless. They are not a protection. Now, in a micro, how can I say this? In a small sample size, the story we just went over with the college, the HBCU, their college, those leaders of that college, they are worth something because they're trying to protect their students. They got those white boys up out of there with the quickness. They're worried about the welfare of the students, and they don't want that type of energy affecting the students in a negative way. So like how they protected those students, that's how Black leaders should have protected Black people. Right. That's how Christian pastors should have warned and protected Black people. Right. Instead, what they did was say empty words, use Christian theology and song and dance to send Black people nowhere. Black people don't learn anything when they go. Right. So therefore, you're not told you should not eat pork in the Christian church. You're not told you should not sleep with another man, with another man's woman, or with another man. You're not told that in the Christian church. Right. You're allowed to be whatever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, as long as you bringing in that money to that Christian church. And in turn, our people are in mourning right now. Our people could have been doing a lot better. It's been 100 years. It's been 100 years. We should be doing a lot better morally and the way we think. We should be doing a lot better. But because we don't have great leaders, right. We have leaders that sniff the crack of the white man. We have leaders that ask for crumbs from the white man. We don't have the leaders that would say, let's come together. The hell with America, the hell with begging them. We're going to rely on the Most High, but we're going to do it right within our communities. And we're going to get the evil up out of our community also. Right. We're going to police our people also. If you want to be evil, you can leave like a vagabond and go amongst the other nations. Go anywhere in the world, but you can't be here. Right. You can't stay here if you're going to be stealing. You can't be here if you're going to be trying to look at other men's women. You can't live here if you're going to be a liar and a scammer. You can't live here. Right. That's what our leaders didn't do. When they had the opportunity, when Black people were unified before integration, our leaders didn't do that. Everybody thought that they had the answer. And everybody thought that, you know, what he thought was right. And so look at us now, 100 years later, 2025. Look at us now. We're destroyed. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Black into the ground, right.
Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the city of Jerusalem is gone up.
The what?
And this and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
The cry of Jerusalem is gone up. I am black unto the ground. Black like unto the ground. Black also meaning like I'm in a low state. I'm in a it's also a meaning for how you're feeling. You know what I mean? but the Jews are black. Okay, give me what I want. Give me Acts 13 and 1. And yeah, Acts 13 and 1. And then we got one more preset.
Come on. The book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simon that was called, just say it,
Nigger.
Come on, nigger.
We'll say it like that. It's called, you'll read it like Niger, but it would have been pronounced nigger. So that is the Greek. That's in the Greek, right? In the Greek, that's how it would have been pronounced. In the English, they're pronouncing it Niger. In the Latin, it would have been Negro, right? Am I getting that right? I think I'm getting it right.
Okay.
Negro, right? Which means black. But it just shows you that the apostles were called black. I'm sorry, the disciples were called black. You know what I mean? That's just a color.
Right.
Of course, in America, it has a negative connotation because of the racism that white people had towards black people in the early stages of America. Right. Of course, we don't say it like that, but I'm just giving it the etymology and the pronunciation because we are in class. Okay, we're in class. So that's it. That's it on that, right? That's the breakdown, right? Let's get Song of Solomon. What you doing?
See how you pronounce it.
Let's get Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
Come on, God. So like that is how it's pronounced in the Greek.
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced in the Greek. I know what I'm talking about.
That's crazy though. It's like Songs of Solomon 1 and 5, right? The book.
Wait, hold on. What y'all don't know, Abad gonna go to the online and look it up and see if that's how it's pronounced in the Greek. Like, nigga, I know what I'm talking about. Salakia.
Okay. The book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar,
as the tents of Kedar. Go ahead.
As the curtains of Solomon.
So Solomon saying, I am black but comely. Listen, I'm black and beautiful as the tents of Kedar. If you Google the tents of Kedar, Google the tents of Kedar. If you Google the tents of Kedar, tell me what color the tents of Kedar is.
Like it dark.
They black.
Right.
The tents of Kedar is black. He says, I'm black. Like, let me show y'all something. I'm gonna put it on up here so y'all can see. Tents of Kedar. It's gonna blow your mind. You can read it over again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. The book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar.
As the tents of Kedar. You see that? Yes, sis. The tents of Kedar are black tents. Let me see. It's the tents of Kedar. Right? Different styles. They make them in different styles, but I think you get the point. That's why the Bible is so spiritual, man, because when you start looking into stuff, you be like, damn, these connections is crazy. Right. And now white people will say that means totally something else, and it won't make any damn sense because they would never want you to believe that the people in the Bible were all black. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Read it one more time.
Come on. This book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. Listen, I'm dark, I'm chocolate, and I'm fine. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way the Most High made us. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people are beautiful. And another thing I'm gonna say, when I say black, when we say black, we're not just talking about black people, because black people really ain't just really actually black, right? We come in different shades. That's some ignorance of a lot of people. They be like, they think that they look at somebody like, you know, me or somebody lighter, like a color, like, let's say like a, I don't know, like a Chris Brown color or something. And they say, that nigga, you're not really black. You got white down the line. The slave master, he raped somebody in your family. That's why you that color. Nigga, two dark-skinned people can make a light person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We come in different shades of brown, always have. And I find it really funny that y'all will say that about black people, but you won't say it about white people. White people are just pure Aryan. They just pure white. They're white. They can be just white. They ain't, even though white people mix with everybody, sleep with everybody, but you don't think that with white people.
Right.
But when it comes to black people, you think, oh, technically we all mixed. Technically, like there is no pure race. Nigga, shut up. Get in class.
Right.
Get in class. You know what I'm saying? But I was just gonna say, like, God's people are so beautiful. You know what I mean? Black but comely.
Right.
You can drop that. Now, where else we want to go? Where do we want to go? Okay, we're gonna get we're gonna get the archaeology, and then we'll end with some more archaeology, I guess. So let's get 2 Kings 24 and 10. 24 and 10. And we're going to be talking about King of Judah, Joacim's the rations tablet that comes out of Babylon, that made written in cuneiform. So let me hear that.
Come on. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 24, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
At the time of the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. Verse 11, and Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And the king Jehoiakim,
Mm-hmm.
Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, went out of the king of Babylon, he and his mother, and his servants, and his princes, and his officers. And the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign.
So King Joacim was taken captive in the 8th year of his reign. Not just him, but it says his mother. Who else?
His mother, his servants, and his princes, and his officers.
His mother, his sons, his servants, his princes, his officers, they were taken captive by the king of Babylon. Okay. Where we at?
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and all the treasures of the king's house.
So the king carried out all the treasures of the Lord, all the treasures that was put in there by the kings prior to him, like King David, King Solomon. He took all those treasures of the Lord and took that too. Go ahead.
And cut in pieces all the vessels of gold which Solomon, king of Israel, had made in the temple of the Lord.
He cut in pieces all the, what did it say? All the vessels of gold? Okay, go ahead.
And cut in pieces all the vessels of gold which Solomon, king of Israel, had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said. And he carried away all Jerusalem and all princes and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen and smiths, none remained.
Took all the craftsmen, all of the men that could build, that new architecture, that could make swords and make, jewelry and all of that. Go ahead.
Save the poorest sort of the people of the land.
But he didn't take everybody. He took the nobility. He took the people at the top of Jerusalem, like the king of Judah. But the poor people, they didn't take. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 16. So like verse 15. And he carried away Jehoiakim to Babylon, and the king's mother and the king's wives, and and his officers, and the mighty of the land. Those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon.
So he took all of them from captivity. He took all of them to Babylon and put them in captivity. Go ahead.
Come. And all men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths 1,000, all that were strong and apt for war, even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon.
He even took the mighty men of war. What verse we on?
Verse 17 now.
Or you can, okay, go ahead.
Come, verse 17. And the king of Babylon made Mattaniah, his father's brother, king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Verse 18.
So Zedekiah became king in the stead of Joachim. So when Joachim, king of Judah, was deported and taken into captivity in Babylon, now Zedekiah was put in his stead. This is the rations tablet. Okay. Now this tablet was written in cuneiform. It was found in the 6th century BC. It's from the 6th century BC. It was discovered in Babylon in what is Iraq today. And the period is the Babylon-Persian period, the period right before the Persians are going to take over the Babylonians. Now, this tablet mentions the rations for the king of Judah and the rations for his son. Now I'm going to read, just hold that I'm going to read a little bit. So these cuneiform clay tablets were administrative documents that recorded the daily amount of oil allotted to Joachim, the king of Judah, 5 of his sons, and other captives. One of the tablets notes that 10 selah of oil is distributed to the king of Judah, while 2.5 selah of oil is distributed to the sons of the king of Judah. Okay, so this is talking about the rations that the king, when he was in Babylon, that he would get of oil. But it's basically proven that what happened in the Bible actually happened because the Babylonians wrote it down. They actually wrote it down in cuneiform of what they did. Also, let me go back. Let me read a little more. It says, another tablet about the sons of the king of Judah mentions rations for various craftsmen. And according to the book of Kings, among the captives taken at the time of Joachim were the craftsmen and smiths. So he was getting an allotment of rations for everyone who came with him. Now, I will also say, you're going to read, if you could go back to where Zedekiah was put in his stead.
Come on. Verse 17, and the king of, the book of 2 Kings, chapter 24, verse 17. And the king of Babylon made Mattaniah, his father's brother, king of his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah.
Keep going.
Yeah. Come on, verse 19. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For through the anger of the Lord, it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah, until he had cast them out of his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon.
When Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon, he was hunted down and his eyes was gouged out. So that's what happened. That's what happened to Zedekiah. Zedekiah, who was put in Joachim's stead, he did evil in the sight of the Lord, and he rebelled against the king of Babylon. And the king of Babylon went and ran him down with men, and in the history, they gouged his eyes out. So Joachim, he fared better because he wasn't killed by the king of Babylon. He was just taken captive with his family, with his craftsmen, with the men of valor, and they lived there, and I think he was there for what, 37 years. And the rations tablet just proves that this actually happened in history. Okay, so that's some archaeology that you can take to the bank. That's solid 100%. Now, we had other precepts on that, but I don't think we need to go into them. There was something I wanted to go into about the separation with the the Christian nationalists, but in the 1940s, how the black and white church were segregated. We'll probably get to that. I'll get to it another time. Okay. So now I want to talk about the book Veronet. We got the book in here. I've showed this book before. And I'm gonna pull up the picture. If you can you grab me the book over there? It's on that table.
Oh God.
It's that brown, that thin brown book. Water. So this book is called Veronet, and Veronet is it's a monastery in Romania. Okay. So it's very old, right? The monastery, but this has pictures in it. Let me if I can find them. Anyway, what I will tell you is that it has been whitewashed, a lot of it. It is a monastery that is painted on the outside and the inside. Typically, where the average size man can reach, the images are they're whitewashed. Of course, we know the white man is the devil. He will try everything he can to hide the truth. I think they can see it. You know what? I got it. I can do this. Y'all just give me 1 second. Let's see. I don't know if they can actually see that, but you can see it. So on it, you have images of prophets, of angels, of all type of things, and it's actually named in this book. So, but I want to get to, and I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up. So, say this one is a scene from the life of Saint John the New. Okay, and then this one is relics of Saint John. All right. So there's a picture in here, but because of the quality, I got it online. So I'm gonna put it up, and I want you to see. And I hope there's a Christian that's logged in right now, so they can understand what we're talking about. And this actual picture is called Judgment Day. Okay. It's on the outside of the building. It's like, where are we at? Right. I can't do it, huh? Let me see. So typically, how would I do this? How can I? Oh, there we go. So share the screen. And I'm going to make it bigger. So I want y'all to see this. So now, this image is called the Last Judgment. All right. And so about it, are you looking at it on I just want to make sure that. So at the very top, you have, and in this building, this is the outside of the building. It's like 30 feet tall, right? The very top, you see a black man sitting on the throne. Let me see. Wait. Yeah, they can see it. Okay. You have a black man sitting on the throne right here. You have the elders, right? Now, let me zoom out. What's flowing from this, you have levels, right? You have levels of patriarchs, of prophets, and what you see here is a river of blood. You even have an angel in the blood pulling people in the river of blood, right? And as it's going down to the bottom, you have what looks like a demon on a two-headed dragon, right? But here's the more interesting thing. You have angels rounding up what looks like white people, and they are in chains. They are being rounded up. And it looks like the angels are rounding, not just rounding them up, but rounding up demons, like unclean spirits. And they're being walked to this river of blood. This dates back to the 13th century. Okay. So if you could, Abad, you give me Isaiah 14 and 21. This is something that you Christians don't know. Before you get that, give me Amos 5 and 18. What you don't know is the type of God that is in the Bible. But the people of ancient times knew who the God of the Bible was, right, and what he said would happen. You got it?
Come on.
Let me hear it.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
You think you're going to go to heaven? You think the day of the Lord is going to be brightness and rainbows and clouds and hugs and kisses and butterflies? The Bible says, woe unto the day of the Lord, meaning destruction unto the day of the Lord. So read that one more time for me.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. And y'all always talking about the day of the Lord. They talking about Charlie Kirk went straight to heaven. They talking about he walked right up out of that Utah college straight into the stairwell of heaven with wings and everything. Go ahead, Abba.
So like they were saying the rapture was supposed to be yesterday.
They said the rapture was supposed to be yesterday. They looking forward. You looking forward to something I don't think you want to see. Go ahead, Ak.
To what end is it for you?
To what end is it for you, nigga? What do you think? What have you done to deserve to be sitting with the Most High, to be in the kingdom of heaven?
Right.
You don't even know what it requires to do the things that the Lord asked you to do. You're so vain and you're so you're so self-centered that you could care less about what God really wants. You just live in this fulfilling area in your heart and in your mind that you know God when you don't even know the God of the Bible.
Right.
The God of the Bible is a man of war. And while you argue with the priests and prophets of the Lord about whether you should keep the commandments or not, or whether or not God loves everybody, you better find out what the Lord says about who he loves. You better find out what the Lord says about what he's going to do on Judgment Day. You better wonder and find out, whether or not, there is a real select group of people in the Bible. Jesus, a lot of y'all don't even believe Jesus Christ actually walked the earth. Talking about, you talk like he's a spirit when he was a real man that came from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
It will behoove you to find these things out before you find yourself in the lake of fire. Is there any more on that?
Come on.
Go ahead.
For what end is it for you?
What end is? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It's a terrible day. It's going to be a terrible day.
Right.
You see these people right here? It's going to be a terrible day for them. For the Edomites, for Esau, it is going to be a terrible day. The angels who you thought look like Cupid and look at this. There's something like a key over it, like a judgment over his head. The angels that you thought that looked like Cupid are rounding people up. And these people, trust and believe, these people do not look like these people.
Right.
I pray you understand. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21.
Come on. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor to fill the face of the world.
Prepare slaughter for who? For the iniquity of who?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
I never had slaves.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
That was a long time ago.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Won't you just forget about it?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
You're going to be judged for the iniquity of your fathers.
Right.
The iniquity of your fathers. You live the life you live, and you sit on the plateau of America and you talk about Christian nationalism and this is your country. It's because of the iniquity of your fathers.
Right.
Keep going.
Come on. That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right now, you have the land, you have the earth in your possession, but there's going to come a time where the Lord said, I don't even want these people to rise again. I don't want these people to ever have the opportunity to enslave people again, or rise, or fill the earth with cities. You understand? That's what the Bible is talking about. Give me Revelations 13 and 10.
Come on. The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
He that leadeth into captivity will go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That's
Keep reading.
Come on. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is the patience and the faith of the saint. This is what these people were praying for. These people were praying that the people that led their people into captivity would go into captivity.
That's right.
They would go into captivity. That's what they've been waiting for. They've been praying. They still praying to this day. If you could, Abba, give me Baruch 3 and 4, and that'll be our last precept. This is what the people thought about the Bible, and they knew the scriptures. The sister said that this is a beautiful, beautiful artwork. It is beautiful artwork. It is glorious in my sight.
Right. The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 4. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children which have sinned before thee.
Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites. The Lord, we're begging the Lord to hear the prayers of the slaves that prayed one day that they would get out of captivity.
Right.
Hear the prayers of the Mexicans who are being ripped from their families. Hear the prayers of the children that have been taken from their families and have never seen their families again. Hear the prayers of the Gadites, the Native American Indians, whose children were ripped out of their hands, taken and put in boarding schools and molested and murdered and put in unmarked graves.
Right.
Please, Lord, hear the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Right.
Keep going.
Which have sinned before thee and not hearkened unto the voice of thee, their God. For the which cause these plagues cleave unto us. Remember not the iniquity of our forefathers, but think unto thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art the Lord our God, and thee, O Lord, will we praise.
Amen. Listen, if you think you know the Lord as a Christian, you have absolutely no idea.
Right.
You do not know the Lord of the Bible. You do not know the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible will get recompense for what has happened to his people. And on that day, all of the prayers of the dead Israelites and all of the prayers of the elders and those before us for the iniquity of those who hurt us will be answered.
That's right.
I pray you understand. You think that Christian nationalism is going to make America great and that you are going to be, in wealth and opulence, and you're going to have a good life, and because it's a Christian nation, and you're going to bring the values of Christendom to America by getting rid of Native American Indians and by persecuting Black people and by ignoring the Native American, by getting rid of Mexicans and ignoring the Native American Indians. The kingdom of heaven will be here on earth.
That's right.
And when the kingdom of heaven comes here on earth, you will not be a part of it. It will be no Christian nationalism. It will be Israelite nationalism,
right.
And you will not be included for the crimes of your forefathers.
That's
I pray
right.
you understand. With that, that's the class. All right. Hey, Thawah to all brothers and sisters. Everybody that was in the class will definitely be back. We will be back next Wednesday. Well, next week is the cookout, right? Okay. I plan to do class on Wednesday. I don't know, things could pop up. Something could pop up. Maybe somebody might be in town that wants to do class. If so, I'll let them do class. But I plan to do class on Wednesday. And what topic did I want to do? What's a good topic to bring out? Well, there was something that happened during this whole Charlie Kirk thing. It was they had a UFO briefing. It was a big thing, but it wasn't. It couldn't overshadow Charlie Kirk, so no one really talked about it. So we could talk about the chariots of God. We could talk about that too. That could be a good topic to talk about next Wednesday. So yeah, appreciate you, brothers and sisters. Thawah, we'll see y'all next Wednesday. Lord in Christ, Shalom, Israel. Let's clap it up. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I had Officer Ayala in here rocking it out with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all you brothers and sisters. You already know, y'all always up in the class. Sister Miriam, Black Dazzle, Sister Asa, Sister Barata Nawa, Quadasha Allah, Young Man Jeremiah, who else is Olivia Arnold, UPK Princess Kanawa, Shakat was in here. I remember seeing him, Shakat. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Shout out, and Shalat was in here too. yeah, shout out to all y'all brothers and sisters, man. Make sure y'all, make sure you don't get emotional when you see the fearless debates people. You know what I mean? Just tell them to come to the ISBK. Come debate, the ISBK. We got the greatest debaters up in here. Right. All right, Israel. Peace. We'll talk to y'all later. Shalom.